Okay, welcome back. This is 4.8 in iBooks, the App Development Swift book. And this is the System View Controllers Lab. And they've given you a project called Home Furniture. They want you to add some functionality using a UI Alert controller, and then they want you to open up the camera. And don't forget, if you run the simulator, the camera doesn't work on the simulator. So you have to add some extra code in to prevent from crashing. So I think they suggest that you try to run, excuse me, you try to run this one on an actual device. Also, I have a new headset, so let's see how the audio is sounding. Yeah, the audio is all right. I'm in my kitchen now where it's kind of bouncier, so hang in there. Okay, here we go. Okay, I've opened up their home furniture application, and I'm just going to take a look at it. App Delegate looks normal. There's a room class, that's cool. Furniture class, okay. Here's the storyboard. Let's take a look at the storyboard. Navigation controller with the table view, and it presents the view controller with a furniture description and a picture. That's kind of cool. Oh, choose photo, that's a button. So I think they want us to make that button work. And here's the table view controller. They've got an array of furniture in here already. Oh, an array of rooms. And the detail view controller. Okay, let's run this and see what happens. I have my phone as a baby monitor now, so I can't really run it on my phone just right now, maybe a little later. And we'll see how it does in a real device. I'm lucky because I have a developer account, so I can run it on my phone. If you don't have a developer account, remember you can register only one device with your free account. Okay, this is cool. They've got different sections in the table view. And if I click on couch, it shows the couch. Back button works. Television. Okay, so this is what they want us to do, is to make this choose image button do something first. Let me see if they've got an action. So first of all, we want to find this view in the storyboard and see where it's connected to. So if you go to storyboard, I'm going to stop the simulator, and you click up here in the top bar and on this little tabby, then it's connected to Furniture Detail View Controller. So Furniture Detail View Controller, it's connected to this view controller. Now I'm going to look for action. Oh, IB action. They already have an action linked up to it. Choose photo button. I'm just going to print just to be sure I'm looking at the right thing. And then I'm going to print again down here to see what this one is. I'm building and running. The second time you build and run, it goes a little faster. Couch, choose image. So when I click choose image, photo select happens. And that's it. So here's where they want, they said they want the user to make a selection between, I think it was between using the camera or selecting an existing photo. So we want to give them a pop-up, basically. And a pop-up a pop-up can be a UI alert view, I think it's called. Let's see what they want specifically. It could be a collection view. Present the right UI image picture state. You need to know whether the user wants to choose an existing. Yeah. To enable user choice, use a UI alert controller to present an action sheet. Okay, let me show you how to do that. All right, first things first, let's get the pop-up thing working, the alert view. So we'll let alert controller equal UIAlertController. And then open parentheses, and you want to select this one with the title message. So title, actually we'll give it, we'll give it a title. I'll just say alert for now. The style, the message is going to be, let's just test the message here. And the style is going to be action sheet. So we're also going to type in a cancel action. So let cancel action equal UIAlertAction. And then you want it to be, well, it's going to be a cancel button, so let's just say cancel for the text. And the style is going to be .cancel. And the handler, I think, is going to be nil. Let me think about this. Yeah, handler is nil. Okay, so we also have to have the camera action. So another one of these. I'm just going to copy and paste this because I'm lazy. And instead of cancel action, this is going to be called camera action, UIAlertAction. Take the photo, or let's just say take photo. And the style is going to be .default. And the handler, in this case, is going to be tricky. Let me think about this. Yeah, for now I'm setting the handler to nil because I just want to test the alert view first, and then we'll go back and make the camera work. So for now, we're just leaving the handler to nil. Go ahead and pause the screen, make sure you've gotten this far. So essentially what we have here is these are buttons we made. This is the alert controller, and we need to add these buttons to the alert controller for it to work. So to do that, you do alert controller, because that's what we called it up above there, .add action, and then add the action in. For instance, the cancel action, and then another one, alert controller.add action, and then the camera action. Then all we got to do is present the alert controller. It's going to ask if you want it to be animated or not. Say, sure, let's animate it. Too early for me. And then it's going to ask for a completion handler. And for now, we'll just pass in nil. Let's build and run. So what I'm hoping will happen is you click on the button and a little pop-up shows up with the cancel or camera. Boom, look at that. Nice. So we have take photo or cancel. And look, there's kind of double message here, alert and text message. So I think I'm test message. So I think I'm going to get rid of this here, title. Try it again. All right, choose image and test message, take photo. So what should this text be up here? Maybe it should say image selection or something like that. Yeah, let's do image selection. And now, didn't they want two things? They wanted to be able to take the photo from your... Let me read the instructions again, because I thought they wanted to be able to take the photo from your existing gallery or from the camera. Yep, there's supposed to be another button there. So I'm going to copy and paste this again. So this is going to be the, I'll call it album action. So this one's like photo from camera, and this one is photo from album. Now we're calling it image, so let's make it image from album, image from camera, and album action. Then we got to add that in here again down below. So add action, album action, build and run. So there we go, image from camera, or we could choose image from album, or we can choose cancel. Cool. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, I'm going to clean this up a little bit here. So these handlers here, this is where you're going to put the code that's going to execute if they press the button. So image, if they click on image from album, then the handler is going to handle the action that takes place. I think what I'd like to do is put that action inside of a separate function so that this function isn't like too cluttered. So I can get rid of this print statement now. This is all good. And I'm going to add a function to photo from album. Oh, I guess I should call it image, just to stay consistent. And then I'll make another one called image from camera. And we may end up putting this back in here, we'll see. Okay, so this kind of stuff I gotta usually look up. And I looked it up, and we want to create an image picker. And that image picker will allow us to pick images. Image picker controller is what we want. So we're making a new one. Let image picker equal image picker controller, or UI image picker controller. And then we got to set a delegate. So we delegate that the self is doing that. All right, now let's see. We have to check something. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, I think I need to add some stuff up here. Yeah, once you start adding image picker stuff, you gotta import UIImagePickerControllerDelegate. Actually, UIImagePickerControllerDelegate, what I said. There. All right. Are you sure? Think about it. Let's let Xcode think about that for a moment, because I think that's okay now. And then we're going to move on here. So we have to check to see if the source is available, because if you run this on a simulator, it'll crash, and we don't want it to crash. So we need to check to make sure the camera is available before we present the image picker. If UIImagePickerController what is it? Oh, is source type available .camera. then do something. So there's a nice little if statement to check to see if the camera is available. If it's available, let the camera, let self.present image picker animated true, completion no. Again, this stuff I have to look up. This stuff I can never remember. Still doesn't like this, huh? So I have to think a little bit harder about this. Hang on. All right, because of this, the way it works, we have to add one other thing up here. We have to add the UINavigationControllerDelegate. So make sure Furniture Detail View Controller inherits UIPickerControllerDelegate and UINavigationControllerDelegate. And that gets rid of one of my errors down here. Now I can call the delegate. Actually, we don't need this let here. That's not correct. And also we need to add the image picker needs to be set to the source type of camera. Let's fix that. Oh gosh, what are we doing now? There's something weird here. Yeah, I don't know what this dismiss is here. Boy, boy, boy. All right, now we happy? Okay, so pause the screen now. We're getting closer. Oh God, extra parentheses. There we go. All right, you know, I just thought of something, which is perhaps we shouldn't present them with the option to select the camera if the camera is not available. And perhaps we shouldn't present them with the option to pick from the album if an image is not available. So maybe that's why this should be up in here, or we could pass it down here instead. Yeah, let's put it up here. All right, so this first one is image from album. Wait a second. If it's image from album, then why are we looking for the camera? All right, I think I got this backwards. I think this is the camera one. So I think this is the image from camera one, not from album. Boy, guys, real Class A performance here. All right, I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to paste it up here. And I'm going to take the camera action, cut it, and put it inside of here. So if the camera exists, then show them the camera button. And I can delete this function because it's baloney. I'm going to delete this function too because it's baloney. All right. So all this stuff goes together. This cancel button is going to exist. We don't have to worry about the cancel button's a thing. It's working just fine. But then we have to add some more logic for the album here. But I say before we move forward, let's see if this actually works. So right now I'm running it off a simulator, and I think that it should not show the camera button. Yeah, look at that. See, it only shows the album. Now, I'm going to run it off my phone and see how it goes. It's giving me an error because I have to sign in as my developer account. Build and run. Well, everything was looking good, and then I clicked on the Choose Image button, and I got a nice crash here. So, NS camera usage description key with the string value explaining these. Oh God, here we go. Okay, so Xcode, whenever you want to use like the camera or something, it's going to want to explain to the user why you're using the camera. So if you get this error, this one, the privacy kind of thing, then you got to go into the info.plist. Here's something they probably didn't cover in the book. Go into the info plist, and you want to add a new one down here, unless it's already here. So I'm clicking the plus button, and I'm pasting in camera usage description in here. There it is. And then I'm going to put a string in here. We would like to access the camera to take photos for this application. So they want you to tell the user why it is you want to access the camera. Now I'm going to build and run and see if it works. By the way, it looks nice on the phone, in portrait mode anyways. And clicking on the oven and choosing image, it's asking me if it can use the camera, and it's presenting the text to me. And I say okay, and as soon as I say okay, my camera is now visible. Very cool stuff. Take a photo, and I clicked use photo, but I think that it didn't really do anything there. It didn't save the photo. It doesn't really work yet, but it does show me the camera image. Okay, so let's go back then and see how to select an album photo here. And I think it's pretty much like just like this up here. So I'm just going to copy and paste this down here. If image picker controller is sourced available photo library. Then the image picker source type is photo library, and present the image picker animated add action. Okay, so here's where we take this one and we put it up here. So we don't actually want to add the album action if they don't have an album. And we might need to add a privacy thing here too. Let's just see if it crashes first. Okay, it's interesting. Interesting. It didn't quite like that. Let me take a closer look. Well, that's pretty interesting. That's an interesting crash. Let me stop that, and let's go back over here. I'm going to comment this out and see if this is really the problem. Actually, you know what's interesting is I think this might not be right. Because, yeah, it's automatically throwing up that camera. So it throws up the camera automatically, but it's before I even make the selection it's happening. So I think, oh, because I'm not doing the in the handler. So the problem is that I need to put this code in the handler. The way I had it before, it was a separate function that was going to be called. In this case, it's just happening, which is a problem if both of these things happen at the same time, then it doesn't know, hey, do you want the camera or do you want the or do you want the album? So I have to make this happen only if you click on this button. Let me show you how to do that. All right, it's about to get crazy. So let's take this camera action, copy it, and delete it from up there. We only want to worry about that inside of here if there's a camera. Now, here's where it gets a little weird though, because we need to pass this action into the handler. So instead of nil, I'm going to delete nil, and I'm going to give myself some space before the parentheses. So handler colon, curly brace. This is what we were going to get into before, but I stalled out on it. Open parentheses, close parentheses with a little underscore in between, in, making a little closure thing here. And then we want to put in the image picker here, dot source type. So pretty much this here. So I'm going to copy this here. And then after that, we want to do the present thing. So I can copy this up here. And then, so let's see here. Then after the nil, we're going to kind of close it out for a second. So we're going to move this curly brace up, and we're going to move this parentheses up here, and then this stays right here. Okay. That's the action we want. So now this thing only happens, this block is called, this is like a stored block, it's a closure. It is only called if they press the button, when they press the button. And we're going to do the same thing for the other one. Make things a little bit weird on myself. I'm going to, no, I don't want to copy paste. Let's do it the same way. Just for practice. So here's our if statement. That's all legit. That's good stuff right there. And then we want to take this action up here, the album action, copy and paste it down here. For the handler is where it gets weird. That's where we put in the curly brace, open and close parentheses with an underscore, in, give myself some space here, take all these two things, cut them and put them in here, and then leave the alert view or the alert action added down below. Yep. Now we got a nice chunk of code here. All right, let me see if this works. It seems to be working, and I'll show it on your screen in just a second. Great. So the pop-up is happening. It's showing me image from camera or image from album or cancel. And if I choose image from camera, it showed me the camera. If I choose image from album, all right, it shows me the album. That's great. Now let's see if there's any errors down here. Looks pretty good. Let me see if I can run it on the simulator to show you. Here's the simulator. Here's another simulator for fun. Click on that, choose the image, and here we go, image from album. Click on image from album, and here's the album. Pretty cool, huh? Still not working, but it's cool. So let's see if we can get it to actually do something now. Let's see what the book says. So we did this, the alert controller. We did add the 2 alert actions. We did add the image picker, the choose photo button tapped. We set the delegate. We did conform to these 2 things. Remember, I had to bring in those, the navigation controller and the picker counter, picker controller delegate. Yep, we did all that stuff. You need to provide a way to retrieve the image. Yes. Okay, did finish picking media with info is what we're looking for. And they want us to handle if it gets canceled. Image controller did cancel, handle that. And okay, let's start with those 2 things. My dog is drinking water. Thank you, dog. All right, so we're going to look for something that says like image picker controller did cancel. I'm going to hit enter. It's going to fill in some of that stuff for me. And if it cancels, we just dismiss with the animation true and the completion nil. So that's easy enough. Let's just, I'm not even going to test that. But the other thing we got to do is if they do pick the media, so what's it called? Did finish picking media with info, yeah. So you see, I just start typing that and it shows up there. Did finish, and it's the top one there. I'm hitting enter, and I'm going to print picked just to test it. Build and run. Okay. Choose an image. And then if I hit the cancel button, looks good. Choose an image, image from album. Oh, I didn't pick the image yet. Hang on. Go back to the simulator. Here are my images. And if I pick that, boom, picked. See? Picked. Picked. So that's fine and dandy, but we got to handle what happens when we actually pick the image. So inside of this did finish picking media, we're going to let's write a fancy guard statement. Guard, and the condition is that the let image equal info and open and close square brackets. And inside of those square brackets, we're going to look for the UI image picker. Let's see. UI image picker controller original image. That's a new one. UI image picker controller original image. That's a cool one. We want that to be as a UI image or else return. So as question mark UI image or return. I see. So as UI image else return. So I almost got that right. Okay, so now that'll guard to make sure that it's really an image. Next, we're going to take the furniture. So furniture and question mark dot image data. So we want the image data to equal the UI image PNG representation. So that's going to take a PNG version of the image that we're passing in there. Like that. And then we can just dismiss. Wait a second, what's going on up here? Well, let me do the dismiss thing and then I'll worry about that. Dismiss, animated, true, completion, nil. What's it saying? Cannot assign property image data as a let constant. Is it? Oh. Huh, okay. Image data is a let. Well, why'd they do that? Let's go back over here to the furniture class and yep, sure enough. Image data is a let. Let's make it a variable. You catch that? So in class furniture, make this var, not let. It's still thinking. I'm going to go to the clean button here, clean, and then build and run. I'm breaking my balls here. Come on. See? It's fine. So let's see what happens now. I think we've got a couple more steps before it's done, but something new should happen. Click. Cool. Okay, I think it selected the image, but it didn't do anything with it yet. So let's do something with that image. I still don't believe you because we just build and ran. Get that error away. I'm going to ignore that error. It is fine. Actually, it should have been working. So I think the problem is I didn't update the view. So we want to dismiss underneath your furniture image data, image representation. Oh, hey, it finally figured out that wasn't an error. Thank you, Xcode, for finally realizing that was okay. So dismiss animated true, not completion nil, but down here we want to update the view. It might actually make us use a self in front of this. Let's see. Just going to try to build and run. Yep. Sometimes with these kinds of things, it wants to see the self. If it's something that'll happen not immediately, then it's going to want to know what you're talking about. All right, coffee table. Choose the image for a coffee table from the album. Let's see, sure, this one's a coffee table. Ah, what's that? What's that blue stuff? Back, forward, blue. Wait a second. Let me try a different one. What's that blue stuff? All right, let's take a look at this. All right, thanks, Apple. That was kind of a weird one. So if you look at the update view, so down here below, we're calling the update view to happen. We don't need these comments anymore. We're calling the update view to happen. Let's take a look at the update view. It goes up here. It guards against it. It checks the image data and then assigns the image. So this is code that Apple has provided you, and this code is wrong. What you want to set is not the image, you want to set the background image for both of these. So choose photo button, set background image, now build and run. That was fun to debug. Thank you, Apple. That was lots of fun for me this fine morning. Coffee table, choose image, image from album. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, there's only one more thing to do here, and that's this little button down here is the, this is that, remember I was trying to figure out what that button was for, that action was for? Where are we at? Where are we at? So there's a little action down here we have to add in. Down, down, down. Where are we at? Right here. So what they want to happen here is I don't know. So let's go look at it. Let me check the book out. We did that. I see. So they want us to use sharing. UI Activity View Controller to add the ability to share the image and description with the furniture item, or from the furniture item. Okay, so they want a little share button to pop up. Let's do that. Done. Okay, pause, copy, paste this code. This is the code. I'm going to delete this where we at print statement. There's a guard. It guards to make sure there's a furniture to share, makes the items available, and then chooses the background image. Thank you for having it right now, and for normal. And so it takes the image and then it pops up this activity controller. Let's build and run, see if it works. Coffee table. You see we're not persisting any data, we're not saving any data, so that image is not there still. Choose that. There it is. Click on this guy. Oh, good. It worked. And that's what we want to happen. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. This is a pretty big one, again, and catch you next time.